Welcome to the American Lean Podcast. It's Thursday, so I want to introduce some Industry 4.0 topics. And today I want to talk about big data. Now, as I mentioned in the original Industry 4.0 podcast, there are 9 enablers that support Industry 4.0. And those 9 enablers are cybersecurity and blockchain, cloud computing, IIoT, which is the industrial Internet of Things, big data, system integration, cobots, additive manufacturing, augmented reality, and simulation and digital twins. Now, I've talked about the speed of 5G networks and how that will allow us to collect data at an alarming rate. But how do we take that data and turn it into information? We have to use something called big data, which we'll get into right after the intro.
Welcome to the American Lean Podcast, where we cover 5 topics in 5 days in about 5 minutes. The only place in the world where you can get daily lean coaching. Your host is Tom Reed, and he shares his 30 years of experience and covers leadership, culture, entrepreneurship, lean methodologies, Industry 4.0, and interviews special guests on their lean journey. We're glad you're here, so let's go.
Welcome in to the American Lean Podcast. It's episode 40. Like I mentioned in the intro, we want to talk about big data and how we can use big data to handle large data sets that we'll collect from the equipment on our shop floor. But first, let's understand what big data is and what it means to us in a connected world. Big data refers to very large data sets, something called a petabyte, which is 1,024 terabytes, or an exabyte, which is 1,024 petabytes of data. Now, to put this into something you can envision, if a laptop has a 1 terabyte hard drive, which many of them do today, a petabyte uses 1,024 laptops worth of storage. An exabyte would use 1,048,576 laptops worth of data. Now that's a lot of data. Big data can also refer to the way in which companies handle large unstructured data and how they store that information. Realize that this amount of data may be billions of unstructured records from millions of people and can consist of inputs like tweets, social media, customer records, mobile activity, etc. The opportunity to analyze large amounts of information will provide dramatic improvements across supply chains. It's great to collect lots of data, but it isn't useful until you can turn it into information. It is estimated that 33% of all that data that's collected is actually useful. And the reality is that manufacturers are using only about 0.5% of that useful data. So imagine that you are part of a very large supply network to General Electric. They've invited you to participate in their private blockchain for suppliers. You will add your machine information, quality and inspection information, operator, toolware, preventive maintenance information, machine programs, etc. directly into the blockchain. Your customers will be able to have this information for review before the parts arrive on the dock. How does that help you? Well, first of all, it means that you'll be a leader among suppliers. These scenarios are coming sooner than most suppliers realize. Many large companies have spent decades removing poor suppliers from their supply chains. Why not be a leader moving forward? Imagine the reduced friction across the supply chain when you begin entering part and product performance information into a closed blockchain. Opportunity number 2 is to build to order. In my original Industry 4.0 blog, where a dress was for sale 48 hours after being on a TV show. To build to order, a manufacturer needs access to customer sales and demand data. Deploying predictive analytics will enable the manufacturer to adjust labor, machine utilization, and materials with increased accuracy. This helps reduce waste, increases productivity, and improves on-time delivery performance. Benefit number 3 of big data is improved predictive and preventive maintenance. Thanks to the sensor technology that is available today, you can capture performance data in real time from your operational equipment. This allows for better predictive maintenance opportunities. Analyzing data can pinpoint when preventive maintenance should occur before something breaks. You can take that information to schedule the preventive maintenance with minimal interruptions to your operations. Additionally, you can collect data from units in the field and provide service opportunities that didn't exist before. If you can inform customers that they need to conduct preventive maintenance on a unit, it can reduce warranty costs. Your company has just become much more valuable to that customer. Benefit number 4 of big data is improved product quality. What if you didn't have to conduct an end unit inspection? What if part attributes or unit performance was collected from the machining centers or test equipment on the line? You can include that information with the shipped units. When predictive analytics are used to predict when a tool wears out or when a testing machine needs recalibrated, your overall quality will skyrocket and your cost of quality will decrease dramatically. And then benefit number 5, improve scheduling. Great improvements can be made using data analytics in scheduling machines, people, and logistics. If accurate predictive models can be built around customer demand, the scheduling of your assets becomes more accurate. You can adjust your supply chain activities more accurately, which leads to less expediting or de-expediting. This all leads to increased stability in the planning process, and that helps everyone across the supply chain. So analyzing big data sets is becoming more frequent day by day. I know of several $13 million machine shops that are equipping their spindles with sensors so they can learn about uptime and tool wear. Just like watching your children grow up, this will be here in the blink of an eye. I hope you enjoyed learning about big data, and while consuming information is great, I want you to take this information to make yourself and your company a little bit better today. This podcast is for you, so if there are topics that you would like me to cover, or if you'd like to share your company's lean journey, please contact me at tom@americanlean.com. Full show notes can be found at americanlean.com/blog, big data, and lean. Until tomorrow, have a great one.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, we're honored to serve you, and we hope that you and your company are getting a little bit better every day. Please subscribe, rate, and review this podcast, and share it with others in the lean and business community. If you'd like to turbocharge your lean efforts, please visit us at americanlean.com.